What's going on, guys? Welcome to the GOAT Report, a news series where we bring you the biggest and most important news headlines in the Call of Duty community. I am joined here by my co-anchor, Omar. Unfortunately, Goblin is out sick today, so I'm covering his news stories. If you guys could tap the like button if you enjoyed, the next episode will be out after 300 likes. Subscribe if you haven't. But let's get right into the news for today. The big one catching waves in the Call of Duty community late the other night was Karnage reverse boosting on stream. So if you guys didn't know what reverse boosting is, I'm sure you all do by now, but you know, there's still people asking what it is, like why do people do that? Essentially, you kill yourself over and 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 over again to just tank your stats, to just make them god awful. So you find better lobbies as a Pubstomper, as a sniper, you know, because we as Pubstompers need to slay kids to upload content on YouTube. Because in this community, it's all about scorelines for videos. So people got the idea, you know, you find these easier lobbies, it makes our job easier. We make more content, you know, we don't have to play as much. That was the general idea. Me personally, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Karnage. I have a lot of love for them. I'm just going to say my personal opinion about this one because it's pretty controversial, so I don't want people getting the wrong idea thinking I hate this clan or something. I just wanted to report on it. My boy Jay Bruns had something to say. He was the one that originally tweeted out and showed me the tweet about Karnage reverse boosting on stream, which is pretty crazy because usually people do that in the download. They don't really talk about it. They just keep it to themselves. You know, if people ask to see their stats on stream or anything like that, they just ignore the question and keep playing. Well, that's generally what I do, but it was pretty funny when it was first tweeted out. It got pretty crazy. So that's essentially what it is. I don't see why people hate that much on it. It's not that big of a deal. But the next story we have for you guys today is Killer Keemstar vs. Whiteboy 7th Street. You know, we heard you guys' feedback loud and clear about not wanting to copy Keemstar. We realize, but there is a lot of drama to go around, a lot of news to go around. I don't believe he should have a monopoly on, you know, news reporting. I mean, that's a pretty common thing. But I do recognize the need to not take the same ideas that he's trying to cover, the same news stories that he's trying to cover. We need to think of our own creative content, you know, stuff that we can cover on our own. And with us being so small, a much smaller pub stomping community, I think we can cover a lot of topics that he would never touch of, you know, smaller YouTubers and stuff like that. But Keemstar versus Whiteboy. It all started out a few days ago when Whiteboy was tweeting out some stuff, and Keemstar made a joke, a marijuana joke, of when he got raided, obviously, you know, on stream over the drugs. And it just escalated from there. Whiteboy freaked out, made a joke about him beating his girlfriend, because I guess back in the day there was a video of Keemstar of supposedly attacking his girlfriend with keys because he wanted to go out drinking. So that's been the highlight of people making fun of Keemstar essentially since then, as they always try to say he beats his girlfriend, which I don't know what is true, what is not. I'm just reporting the news to you guys. But they've been going back and forth for days now. You know, White Trash 7th Street, you know, Keemstar the drunk beating his girlfriend. It's all over Twitter. I'm going to show you guys some screenshots for a little bit. If you guys want to go check them out, it's blowing up the timeline. But this is pretty hot news. You know, Whiteboy's been around for a while. He's slowly starting to like die down a little bit. I feel like his channel is like hitting a rut. I don't know, like that's what kind of sucks about getting that big in the Call of Duty community. There's not much else that you can do. There's a pretty mean rooftop, I like to think, where there's just no more room to grow. Whereas if he was like a GTA YouTuber or anybody else like Gmod or Trouble in Terrorist Town, those kind of gamers, they just keep blowing up. So that's pretty crazy. I'm going to toss it over to my boy Omar to finish it. Also, we do have a confirmation that this Justin kid, I believe his name is, his @ is Dassault, was arrested last night. He was a member of the Call of Duty community that a lot of people know. he tweeted out that he was going to shoot up his school with that meme of the kid pulling a gun out of his backpack. And I guess the cops went and got him, and he was arrested last night, unfortunately. He tweeted out an apology, but I guess that wasn't enough. So hopefully that works out for him. I mean, it was a stupid thing to do. I highly recommend you guys never do something that dumb. But, you know, we were all young once. Hopefully that works out for him. But I'm going to toss it over to my boy Omar to finish up the pub stomping report. And I'll see you guys in the next video at 300 likes. Bye.
Thank you, Scat. Hi, I'm Omar, and today I'm going to be reporting on some drama within the pub stomping community. It's actually drama between me and NBA legend. You guys might know him as he was a former member of TapX. He's an IRL friend with Doom Lions, and he's currently a member of One End Gaming. So you guys might know who he is. I'm not sure if you do, but I got into some drama with him, and we decided there's no better person to report on the drama than someone who was a part of the drama, and so I decided to just take the topic and report to you guys on it. So basically, he was talking smack, saying I was afraid to 1v1 him. I'm not sure why. He just goes through these phases where he wants to talk smack with someone, and I wasn't really having it. I was just like, whatever, I don't really care. It's a waste of my time to 1v1 him, but eventually, he got into my head, and I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll just 1v1 you. And I ended up beating him on Advanced Warfare pretty convincingly. I beat him by over 100 points on hardpoint, and I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to bother with this sort of 1v1ing crap. But he wanted to do it again on Black Ops 2. He wanted a rematch, and I was just like, what are you doing? Why are you saying Black Ops 2? That game's 2 years old. But reluctantly, I eventually said yes, and that really, I'm not sure why I did, but it turned out to be for the better, because I ended up streaming it, and we got 65 viewers at a peak amount of viewers in the chat and that sort of deal, and we decided to play a best 2 out of 3 because we wanted to see as many people in the stream as possible, and if we played for longer, obviously more people would show up. So I beat him on first map, which was Nuketown 2025. We played a radar game, so the radar was always on and it was a free-for-all, and I beat him 20-8, so that was a pretty convincing win. Not that bad, but you know, I doubled him up in score and then some, so obviously it wasn't like he got a lot of kills on me, and he was sort of camping, let me just say that much. I'm not going to make it out to be more than it is, but second map, we decided to do raid hardpoint because he was really crying about the fact that I was just camping and wallbanging him on radar always on for Nuketown, so we decided to play hardpoint, and I didn't really want to play it, but everyone was just like, oh, you're a pussy, whatever, and I was just like, whatever, I don't really care. And eventually, we just started up the game. I stunned him, and then the game ended when he left. And then we just started it back up, and he agreed to let me use tactical grenades and that sort of deal, because that's how it's supposed to be played. And we actually started up the game, and I just smacked him. I clobbered him worse than you'll ever see. I started off beating him by 126-0. You know, 126-0. So I was halfway to 250, and he had still not gotten a point. I think he killed me once. I was like 14-1, and this was all on stream. This was all on stream, let me assure you that. And he wasn't having it, so he decided to turn off his Xbox and claim that I DDoSed him, even though I was streaming the entire thing. So obviously I wasn't DDoSing him, and he decided to post a fake picture on Twitter that he looked up online. We already proved that on Twitter, so make sure to follow us there. So he just wanted us to not think that he's just bad at the game, whether it be a 2-year-old game or the most recent one, and he was just really salty that night. I think he claimed he was going to deactivate, so huge drama up here. But make sure to tag me, Scatman, or Goblin in any drama you see. Goblin still is a part of this. He just couldn't make it for today's episode. But make sure to follow all of us on Twitter, subscribe to all of our YouTubes. Make sure to like the video if you guys want to see more. It's been your boy Omar, and peace.